Hello, today I'm going to show you how I made this LED face mask that moves when you talk. In this video, we'll use a WS2812B LED matrix, which is the same one I used for the clock video that I have uploaded to my channel. And since I had one of these 32x8 left over, all I did was cut it so that it is 8x8. But obviously, I'm going to leave the link in the description of a matrix that is already 8x8. So you can buy it, and it comes directly to you, so you don't have to cut anything. Keep in mind that you're going to have the same cables. I mean, if you look at it from the back, you have 3 cables, 1 input, 1 positive, 5 volts, and 1 negative. You might have 3 pairs of cables, but you're only going to have to use the first one. The one that says input 5 volts and ground. Don't use the one that says out because that one won't work for you. The following components are minimal. Use an Arduino Micro for its small size. Everything here is tiny, that's what matters. I'll leave a link in the description to the Adafruit microphone, which is the tiniest microphone I searched for. And I used a 500 milliampere hour and 3.7 volt battery. This battery already has a protector, but I don't trust that battery protector very much. So I put a charge and discharge balancer to prevent anything from happening to the battery. And a converter from 3.7V to 5V. This is because the Arduino and the LEDs work with 5 volts and not with 3.7 volts, and all batteries come with 3.7 volts. Before soldering and wiring, let's download the Arduino software from Arduino CC. Then download the program that I leave in the description and open it. It will open with that software. And we go to Tools where it says Board. We select the one that says Arduino/Genuine Micro, which is the one we are using. Then we are going to connect the Arduino via USB. The Arduino has a micro USB port, which is the same cable used for phones and other devices. You connect it to the computer, and then where it says port, select the one you see. I have 4 Arduinos connected, but only one will show up for you. So you select it, and then you click on the arrow, the one that's in the corner. Wait until where it says uploading, it says done uploading. And you have the program loaded. We already have it. All we're going to do is remove the original cables that come in the array, as these are very thick and would take up a lot of space. They are thick because a lot of amperage is usually used for such a large array. Since this is an 8x8, we won't use more than half an amp more. Because the code for the, let's say, Smile doesn't use mini lit LEDs. So we're not going to use a lot of current. We're going to use some thin cables that allow us, let's say, not to make a bulk, because here, space is at a premium. Remember that this is going to be attached to your mouth. So every component counts in what leads to size. I'm going to leave the connection scheme here in the video, so it's much easier for you to connect it since it's not very noticeable in the video. Also, there are many crossed wires and such. And also what we're going to do later is to put the battery and the charge balancer. As I said, you can use the battery directly without the charge balancer. Honestly, I wanted to include it since I don't really trust it. Of that chip that the battery already brings from the factory, I prefer another chip to control it directly. Once we connect the battery chip to the step-up, let's say, the one that's going to go from 3.7 to 5 volts, you will see that it has a mini wheel there that we have to turn to reach 5 volts. For this, you will have to use a multimeter no matter what, because otherwise you won't have a way, let's say, of knowing the voltage it's delivering. And as a final step, we're going to connect the battery to the Arduino board directly. The output of our converter from 3.7 volts to 5 volts to the 5 volt pin of the Arduino and the ground of the Arduino. You already know that you have the schematic that I told you about before, so you can better see all the connections. Well, we're going to put tape on the connections that have been left, let's say very loose, that can touch something else. This is not so it touches your face, but so that the components do not touch each other. And there could be some kind of, let's say, short circuit and the board gets damaged or something gets damaged. let's say some component. We're now going to glue everything in place. You can use glue, tape, or whatever you prefer. What I did was grab a small piece of vinyl, one of those that are put on cars, which I already had. I stuck it over the cables, leaving 2 exposed where I plan to install a switch later, as seen in the video. Now, the good thing about vinyl is that if you heat it up and press it, it sticks to the shape of everything. I mean, it sticks everything, and everything is going to be tight, as if it were vacuum sealed. And this, I really liked it because everything is going to stay in its place. And also, the mouth is going to be isolated from the components, which is also very good. Once we have done this, we are going to cut the pins, the regulator pin, to charge it. And the microphone too, let's say, the microphone ball has to be without the vinyl. Because if not, well, nothing would be heard, it wouldn't detect the sound, and we wouldn't know when. It would have to be activated. As you can see, everything stays in its place, and we also have the advantage that it remains flexible. For instance, gluing everything would have eliminated flexibility, while folding it would have caused the glue to peel off. This seems to me the best option. Then, on the 2 little wires I left, I soldered a switch to be able to turn it on and off. Get a small one like this to avoid any bother. We're going to use one of these face masks that are double layered. I mean, they have 2 fabrics, and in the middle they have the filter, which in reality, well, this is the filter, the one that prevents the bug from getting to us, because the virus goes through the fabric like nothing. So you have to look for one of these that have interchangeable filters. This one actually wasn't interchangeable, so I had to make that cut myself. But there are some that have a closure or things like that because of that cut, or because of that closure or whatever. Let's put our LED matrix in front of the filter, I mean just behind the final fabric. We test its visibility and functionality. Don't worry if it doesn't look like much. Once you have it on and it's tight against your face, it will be more visible. As you can see, the little button ended up on top, so it's very easy to turn it on and off without having to take everything out. And to charge it, we simply take out one end and plug in the USB cable there, which is also a common micro USB cable. Note, this is the micro USB input of the charge regulator, not the Arduino one mentioned earlier. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.